wellness revolution starts now.
Hello, I'm Dr. Steve Hotze. Welcome to today's program. I have with you a guest of ours, and frankly, a fairly new guest, Mr. James Gonzalez, to describe the symptoms that he was experiencing prior to coming here to the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, and how our program, our 7-point treatment program, 8-point treatment program, has helped him get on a path of health and wellness in a matter of a few months. So, James, welcome to the program.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Now, James, give us a little background of yourself. Are you from here in the Houston area? Where are you from originally?
So I was born in South Texas, down in the Rio Grande Valley.
Right.
I lived here most of my life, probably about 62 years of my life. I've lived here in Houston, going back and forth to the valley and here in Houston. I'm married. I've been married to my wife for over 40 years. We have 3 daughters, amazing daughters.
That's great.
And 9 grandchildren.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm blessed.
Good for you. Amen to that. So what line of work are you in?
Retail management.
So in any particular store, or do you do
Drugstore. Drugstore, yes, sir.
Good. So you've been doing that, you've been your career?
Yes, I've been there for 38 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so you were over on the dark side. Now you came over on the light side to get healthy and well, right?
Yes.
We have a belief here at our practice, James, and you probably have heard us say this, that we don't believe anybody is sick and tired because they have low levels of pharmaceutical drugs in their body. The aging process inevitably occurs because of the inevitable decline in our hormones. Mm-hmm. And also in our eating habits and our lack of exercise and poor sleep and drink too much, on and on and on. But so you decided, how did you hear about us to begin with?
I think it was like back in the 1990s on the radio. And
I had a radio program.
Yeah, I think so. I would listen to it periodically, and years went by, and I said, I need a change. There's something still not right here. And that's when I decided, hey, I remember the
Hotze Health and Wellness Center.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah, we were on, I had a radio program for 17 years, an hour every day, 1 hour before the Rush Limbaugh show, 12 to 1.
Yep.
So it's back in the old days. So describe to us what your symptoms were when you came in. I've got a list of them here, but I'll let you describe them.
Okay, so I was feeling foggy. My brain was foggy. Couldn't think straight. Didn't have any energy. Depressed. It seemed like I had things that I like to do. I had to force myself to do. Like I like to run. And I had to force myself to go run. I had to force myself to do a lot of things in life. It was just, life was just I was just there, just going through the motions of life. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. I didn't want to be around people. One day we were driving, my wife and I, we were going to dinner one day, and my wife looks at me and she says, "Who are you mad at?" And it kind of caught me off guard. It's like, wow. So I knew I felt bad, and then when I realized people knew that I felt bad, I said, I guess I need to do something.
Right. Now, had you seen any conventional doctors prior to this?
Yes, I was under endocrinologists, several different ones throughout the years. And
you were on synthetic thyroid,
I
weren't you?
was, yes, I was, yeah.
And that wasn't making a difference?
No, it wasn't. I was still.
This is very common. We see people coming in on synthetic thyroids like Synthroid, Levoxyl, levothyroid, which is T4, the inactive thyroid hormone. They don't convert it to T3. Their blood levels will be normalized, and the doctor probably tells you, well, your blood's normal.
Yep.
So you got plenty of thyroid. How come I feel this way?
Yep.
So did they recommend any other medication for you?
So years back, I did do testosterone, but it wasn't. It was good for a while, but I kind of took myself off of it because I didn't like the way I felt with the testosterone. It was just a testosterone. I was doing Synthroid, and that was it. And I didn't like the feeling that I felt under the testosterone.
And you're using a cream at the time.
Yes, I did use a cream. Yeah, yeah.
Well, it was interesting. We know that as men mature, their testosterone levels inevitably decline. Peak in their early 20s, decline. So every year it's going to be less and less and less. And with the petrochemicals in the environment, it declines even faster. And when you came in here, your testosterone level was about as low as I've seen in any man. I mean, it was in the gutter.
Yeah, I believe
it was lower than an 80 or 90-year-old. It was 2.1 or 2.2, which was, I mean, even in your age group, I mean, it was way below the low normal range in your age group. And remember, every 10 years they lower the testosterone range. So when you're 20 to 30, there's a high range they measure you on, then 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70 to 80. And they'll say, well, your testosterone's normal. For what? For a 60-year-old man. I don't want it to be normal for a 60-year-old man. I felt best when I was in my 20s. So, and that is what was affecting your moods, your depression, your anxiety, your brain fog, your lack of focus, your lack of gregariousness. Because testosterone affects the conversion of your thyroid hormone to the active thyroid hormone in your body. And you got low levels of testosterone, you're just not going to make the conversion from the inactive T4 Synthroid to T3, the active thyroid hormone. So the doctor said everything was normal. And what did he offer you? Besides that, did you tell him, well, I still don't feel right?
Then I had to change. Endocrinologist because of the insurance, and so I just started all over again. And I never spoke about how I felt. Well, it was just under Synthroid. I never went back on testosterone. And then, like I said, having that experience with my wife, and then feeling the way I was feeling, gaining weight, still exercising. I was like, something's still not right.
Right.
Something is still not right.
Okay, so you had heard about the Hotze Health and Wellness Center for years, decades. You knew about it. You decided to come out. What was your experience like coming here? Not just the treatment, but the way you were treated. Did you notice any difference in this center when you came in? Was it what you expected, or?
I really didn't know what to expect, but it was a lot different. People were welcoming. They were here to assist me, and I could. It wasn't just lip service. They were here to really assist me. Even the times that if I had to make phone calls here, people were here to help me. The typical visit, it's not a quick 5 or 10 minute in the office. You're done. See you next time. First visit spent hours, 2 or 3 hours on the first visit, and even on the follow-up visits, they're pretty lengthy. They're here to help me, and that's what I get out of the visits.
We like to say we put our hand over our heart because our job is to serve you and help you get on a path of health and wellness naturally. So as you mature, you got energy. You got vitality, and you got enthusiasm for life. As you get older, you don't want to be part of the walking numb and walking dead, like
That's
a lot
right.
of people are.
That's right.
So you want to you've got these grandkids to look forward
That's
to
right.
enjoying, right?
Yeah.
And you want to enjoy them.
That's right.
Okay, so you came in and you saw one of our providers, Jason Gerlis. And how was your experience with him?
It was good. Asked me a series of questions about life and about me, and again, it wasn't a quick 5-10 minute visit. It was a couple of hours, and it continues to be good. It's the way I feel today. It's night and day.
When you came in, okay, let's ask you about that. You came in with fatigue and low energy level. On a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the best you've ever felt, brimming with energy, 0 when you came in. Not saying you didn't have any energy, but on a scale of 0 to 10, how would have you rated yourself when you came in?
Oh, probably like a 2 or a 3.
Okay, and how would you rate yourself today?
Oh, a 10. I mean, it's night and day. It's amazing.
How about
really
your
is.
mental sharpness and focus?
Much better, much better. I can, even my wife notices it, so that's a good thing. Yes, it's the mental part is a lot better. The thinking part.
Can they tell a difference at work?
Oh yeah. I can tell in myself. You know, I want to be around people, whereas before I didn't want to be around people. So yeah, it's a big change.
Now, how about your weight? Have you lost any weight?
Yeah. So yes. So one of the questions Jason asked in the very beginning was, we were talking about weight, and I said, well, if I can lose 5 or 10 pounds, I think I'll be fine. And so I went on this yeast-free eating program, and everyone kept talking about it. It's like, I don't think that's for me. So I got on the program. I did the program, and 20 pounds later, here I am. And what's really neat about that is even my wife lost 20 pounds during the time she was
assisting you.
She was assisting me. Yeah,
that's
she
great.
was. Yeah. So that was
nice too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Well, you know, you're talking about spending time with our guests, and we call our patients guests, as you know here. We got out of the medical practice in 1996, and we went into the hospitality industry, and in that context, we provide medical care. That's why people dress the way they dress here. Mm-hmm. That's why we have piped-in music, hardwood floors. We want it to feel like it's a fine hotel when you come in here. And we literally have trained our people with Ritz-Carlton and with the Broadmoor, with their people. We bring them in and have them train our people on guest service, how to provide extraordinary hospitality and guest service. Because I'm of the belief that the way we treat our guests is as important, if not more important, than the treatment we prescribe for them. They know somebody really cares and isn't just going to say, here's a prescription, good luck, see you in 6 months or a year. And, you know, you don't really feel like that provider's caring for you, and you go to the window and everybody's in scrubs and nobody seems to care, and sign in and sit down and wait. And, you know, I have said many times, if any restaurant conducted their business like most doctor's offices, they'd be out of business.
Right.
Because there's no guest service. In fact, I had a friend of mine who was a fellow physician, dear friend of mine. One time I was talking about extraordinary hospitality and guest service. He said, "What's that?"
Wow.
You're not trained in that in med school. You're trained how to get out a pad, either how to cut something out of somebody. The old surgeon's philosophy, and I did a year of surgical residency. A chance to cut's a chance to cure. That was the motto in the operating room. And of course, the internal medicine doctors, who are always on a different path than the surgeons. The surgeons kind of look down with disdain upon the medical doctors. The medical doctors look disdain upon the surgeons. And the surgeons look at the medical doctor. All they want to run a bunch of blood tests and give a bunch of drugs. That's all they do. We get down to business and we solve problems. So I was geared that way. I like to get in and fix things. I always love doing procedures. But the important thing that we do here is we get down to the root cause of your problem, discover what that is. And because we've treated 35,000 people over the last 35 years here at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, treated our guests, we know what to expect when people come in at 62 years of age and they've got your symptoms of fatigue, difficulty with weight, can't think clearly, got no focus, ache all over, sleep, don't ever feel rested, and just feel sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
And that's very common, and we know what causes that. It's the inevitable decline in your hormones as you age, thyroid, sex hormones. It's poor eating habits. It's yeast not having enough minerals in your body, eating improper foods, lack of exercise, lack of sleep, all these things are allergy problems. So these things all can cause a host of health problems. And with you, and you came in originally just in July of this last year, mid-July.
Yes,
So
sir.
it'd be, 4 months? You've been on the program 4 months. How long did it take you, and we put you on injectable testosterone,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You tell a difference on that, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. The first day, the first visit, I sure did.
That's great. I always tell our new guests that are males, when they need testosterone, I say it's going to put a tiger back in your tank, and it really does.
Yes.
So testosterone is powerful, and it's very important for men's health, particularly as they mature. Well, I just want to congratulate you. The credit goes to you because, one, you decided to take charge of your health, James. You weren't relying upon some doctor or your wife telling you. Your wife's not in charge of your health. Your doctor's not in charge of your health. The insurance companies and the government's not in charge of your health. There's only one person that can make anybody healthy, and that's you. You can make yourself healthy if you decide to make an investment in your health. People invest in all kinds of. They go on cruises, they add on bedrooms, they put in pools, they buy new cars, but they don't want to make an investment in your health. And as you're well aware, we're a cash-based practice here. We don't do any insurance. And the reason we don't is because if we did, the insurance companies wouldn't let us do what we do.
Right.
They wouldn't approve of that.
Mm-hmm.
They'd report us to the State Board of Medical Board that we're doing these things. They do everything to drive us out of business. So I never did associate myself with insurance companies. I've always wanted to be employed by our guests. I wanted to be their servant. I wanted to help them get what they want. I'm an entrepreneur by nature, and any entrepreneur makes his living solving people's problems, whatever they are. You may be an air conditioner guy, and you're fixing air conditioners. You may be a car dealer. You could be a supermarket owner, whatever, or a doctor or a lawyer. And what you do is people come in with their problems, and you want to solve their problems. Mm-hmm. And that's the way you make your living, is solving people's problems, because people are glad to pay you if you solve their problems. I mean,
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
So, and we like to do it in a relaxed, warm, friendly, yet refined environment. We like people to come in here and feel comfortable and like, boy, I like coming in here. And we've got a lot of longtime staff. Becky now, who sits at our front desk, and she's our concierge. Yeah, we have a concierge at the office. She knows everybody's name. When you walk in, she smiles. She's been here 18 years. She knows family histories. People talk to her. They come here instead of seeing a psychiatrist. They just come and talk to Becky.
Yes.
and she solves their problems. She's wonderful. So we love doing what we're doing, and we're so happy for you, James, that you took charge of your health and that you followed the program. I oftentimes tell our guests, listen, think of yourself as an athlete, and you're in the Health Olympics, and we want you to win a gold medal, okay? And you've come to us because you want to win a gold medal. So here we're going to make some recommendations, just like a trainer would do on an athlete or a piano teacher would do for the students. Got to practice your chords, got to practice your runs, got to practice your scales. If you do that, then you become accomplished at what you do. So the credit goes to you because you made the decision to come in and then you followed through. And that's made the big difference. And we have found that those patients that take it upon themselves to take charge of their health and follow the program do exceptionally well, and you're no exception to that rule. Yeah. So congratulations to you, James, for the opportunity to serve you. We appreciate that so much.
Yes, sir.
And thank each one of you for joining us today. I hope this will give you some encouragement on how you too can get on a path of health and wellness naturally. So you have vitality and energy and enthusiasm for like James does right now. What a turnaround in about 4 months. And we're happy for him, and we'd love to have the opportunity to serve you as well. So I'm Dr. Steve Hotze. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you again, James, for being here.
Thank you.
God bless you, buddy.
Thank you.
At Physicians Preference Pharmacy, we believe that personalized medical treatment and customized medications are the best way to help you achieve your healthcare goals. Sometimes this requires adjusting the dosage form of the medication from something like an oral capsule to a tablet which dissolves underneath the tongue. This is called a sublingual tablet. Sub meaning under, lingual meaning tongue, under the tongue. And there are several reasons why your doctor may want your medications to be custom made into a sublingual tablet. Perhaps you have trouble swallowing capsules or difficulty absorbing medications. With sublingual tablets, you still get the treatment you need in a way that is effective for you. Tablets made here at Physician's Preference Pharmacy are designed to dissolve fully under the tongue in just a few minutes and offer an additional option for you to achieve your healthcare goals.
Information provided on this program is neither intended nor implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice and is not intended to replace the services of a physician, nor does it constitute a doctor-patient relationship. You should not use information from this radio program to diagnose or treat a health problem or disease without consulting with a qualified healthcare provider. If you have or suspect you have an urgent medical problem, promptly contact a professional healthcare provider or call 911. Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution advises you to always seek the advice of a physician or other qualified health provider prior to starting any new treatment or with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Any application of the recommendations from this program is at the listener's discretion.